Well, yes, those who are here in this world fear death. They need to fear death because they need to stay at school, to learn the lessons that are going to bless them so much. But those who graduate, they don't fear death. On the contrary, it's a time to rejoice. It's graduation day. They're dressed in fancy regalia. They're celebrating. My daughter, she's graduating. Oh, really? That's nice. Yes. She's got a qualification in something I can't understand what it is really, but anyway, it's very good. Wonderful. Yes, we're going to the graduation ceremony. Oh, right. Thank you, Dad. I'm reminded listening to this that Marshall didn't go to any graduation ceremony, not of anyone else, did I? Oh yes, I went to the graduation ceremony of my second wife. I mean, I taught her at school. Yeah. And we had a graduation ceremony because, we went to it because her mum and dad wanted it. And it was a lovely day. Enjoyed it. Yeah. And then, subsequent to that, she and I both lectured in the same places, same universities in England and in New Zealand. And we did tend to do it together. It was great fun. Thank you, Dad. If, of course, you see nothing beyond death, then, it's a great loss. And it is a great loss to the people that have to adjust to you not being around, of course. They may feel they've lost a really dear helper. But if you feel full of gratitude to God for the life that you've had, you're trusting Him with all your heart. Death is a wonderful relief. To go from the universe of good and bad, or as I see it really, good and the absence of good, and the strife that seems to result from that, into heaven, company of God, our Dad, and all the family, our family, the host of heaven. I'm reminded of last chapter or two of the book of Revelation, which is a book that in general I abhor, but a wonderful description of heaven in its implications of the spiritual sense and reality of heaven. It starts with there's no more dying there, as of course we may have considered dying on earth. No more pain, no more sorrow, no more tears. Hang on a minute. Let me just see if I can find a bit of it. The penultimate. That's a good word, isn't it? The penultimate chapter. Chapter 21. Beginning at chapter 1, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. But the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. Now at that point I think it's actually describing what is on earth, the new earth, the which we experience when we come to trust in the presence of God being in us here while still in this life. And God, verse 4, shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. He that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It's done, I'm Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. And then, I wanted to pick up on, and I spent much time going through the rest of the book, the rest of that chapter. Well, no, not all of it. I skipped on to the last chapter, but none of it is recorded here, which surprised me. So I think, well, perhaps God would like to tell you that bit himself. You see, we get in the way if we're not careful. We love playing the role of priest and teacher, and it's not too glorifying to God at all. It's best if we get out the way. Bless you.